What's up, everybody? That guy here. And today we're playing some Risk of Rain. Um, I haven't played in a bit. I mean, I got, like mastery on a bunch of characters, but I mean, it's been a while, and this is kind of an intense game. If I do it on, let's do it on Rainstorm. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of an intense game to play, uh, when I'm talking. So I hope I don't do too bad. I will see. Anyway, I'm gonna play Commando. I think he's a pretty good rain off character. I don't really want to think too hard. What is with my resolution? Hold on. One moment, folks. Wow. No wonder why the game looked so terrible. Alright, there we go. Much better. Is OBS still working? Yes, it is. Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, now let's actually get started. So, what am I talking about today? Well, today I am talking about escapism. Needing an escape. Period. So I just got back from Joshua Tree. It's currently my spring break. Thank goodness. And it was actually really nice. I really needed that. Like, straight up. Like, I really, really, really needed that vacation. Like, it was just too much. It was too much. And now that I'm back, I feel so much better. I'm no longer angry like I was in my last video. I feel so much refreshed, but again, I still have a lingering thought in the back of my mind. Dude, I got like 4 tests to make up. Because apparently, my teachers, the geniuses that they are, don't really consider that, people actually go on vacation during spring break. So they assigned a bunch of tests on Friday. When I was gonna leave. Or when I was already at Joshua Tree, like, come on, seriously? It's whatever. I could make it up, but again, it's just eating away my own time. It's annoying. It's really annoying. No matter though. So, escapism. I literally escaped to another part of the state, I guess. I escaped to a national park and to a natural scenery, because I think I mentioned before, but natural scenery is my favorite to, like, kind of decompress and such. But what exactly is escapism? Besides, taking a break, taking a vacation. I mean, people do that. Are they escaping? Is that escapism? Oh, I fell. Well, I say escapism is defined by what we do with our life besides living. What we deem our purpose to be, and what we do with our free time. Because living is a job. It's a chore. Taking care of yourself, you might have a literal job, that, like, you gotta pay the rent somehow, but that's not living, I would say. I would say that's surviving. Or that's like more like existing. Like, escapism is not simply just doing the basic needs to ensure our own survival, eating, drinking, working, etc. It's what we do as a passion, a hobby, or a pastime that brings us joy and that gives us purpose, that gives us meaning. That is what I think escapism envelops. That idea that you want to escape from the boring, dull, mundane life and actually make something worthwhile or do something worthwhile. So it's important to find a hobby or find something you're passionate about, because you have no passion. If you have nothing you're interested in, I hate to break it to you, but you might as well not be living at all. I mean, really, what else is the purpose of life besides being happy? You have to find that purpose. I don't believe in destiny. I'm not religious. So I firmly believe that destiny and your purpose and why we're sent here on Earth was just whatever your heart desires. You get to decide that for yourself. And I will say that it's hard and not everybody knows their exact purpose, but in time, you can. You just have to keep on trying, I guess. What I'm saying is just, like, never give up that hope. Anyway, I just watched Stalker. You know that Russian movie, 1979? A lot of cinephiles, love that movie. Like, you know, people who watch. I've been watching a lot of movies. I've watched westerns. I watch A Few Dollars More, or A Fistful of Dollars and A Few Dollars More, like the old Clint Eastwood movies. I've been watching a lot of old classics like that, you know, because I actually want to be cultured. That's part of my hobbies. I love watching movies and other like related media. I want to discover more about the world and the human condition. I know that sounds really like weird and zany, like I'm some sort of alien or whatever, like trying to understand what makes a human human, but I want to just hear more stories about the world. I want to hear like what makes up our daily lives, like who inhabits this planet, and also the stories that we humans create. I love that shit. I love learning about weird, wacky events in history. I love watching movies that characterize or romanticize certain elements like the cowboy westerns, or that have social commentary, or that just plain funny, or that or that director had a purpose of doing, had a specific or had a specific theme in mind or whatever, or wanted to tell a specific story because it means a lot to them. There's a lot. All right. So I just watched Stalker, and man, oh boy, oh man, is Stalker such a great movie. Now, like, you know, I have expected it, you know, 5 stars. I've seen it get like 5 stars all around. You know, like again, a ton of movie gurus watch it. I've watched it, and like they all say the same thing, all that. So like I knew it was gonna be good. I didn't know it was gonna speak to me though. Like it was just gorgeous. Like all like the scenery was gorgeous. I love the storytelling, the symbolism, man. It was the symbolism. That was the symbolism and the philosophy. The philosophy is what got me hooked up. The philosophical nature was just insane. It made you really think. And that's why I'm talking about escapism, because that's what some of the themes in Stalker were. So if you never watched the movie, it was about 3 men. So you got a stalker. His name, they don't even have proper names. One of them, it's the stalker, the writer, and the professor. And the stalker is a guy who basically transports people like a smuggler almost. Who transports people to this place called the Zone, which has spontaneously appeared in Earth. Like this takes place in Russia. And the Zone is a place where the laws of space time and reality don't really uh, like work. Like it's very, it's isolated, it's weird, there's constantly changing properties and physics altering things. uh there's it kind of like, I don't know if it has a mind of its own. It kind of mentioned in the movie, it's saying like, oh, you must respect it, you must respect the zone, or else it will kill you or whatever. It was basically just really reality warping landscape, which made for a beautiful film. I mean, it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. The colors were gorgeous and everything. But basically, these men were trying to find a room that supposedly held your deepest desire. It would grant your deepest, most longed for desire. And the writer wanted inspiration. The professor kind of wanted to study it. And the stalker, well, he finds joy in the zone itself, and he loves seeing people like taking people to there and getting their wishes granted. But over time, the movie, and spoilers, you should really watch it. Like you should really watch it. I know it's like 3 hours long, but it's all for free on YouTube. You should watch it. But spoiler, none of them actually go into the room, like at all, because it was more about the journey, and they found their desire, or they found their meaning through the journey, and realized that the room, whatever their deepest desire was, they didn't really want to know. They kind of wanted to discover it for themselves, and they were kind of afraid of the room, and they realized that it held no purpose, and that the room was kind of evil in that sense. You know, maybe there's some grand truth in there that you never really want to know. It also showed a contrast because the colors, wow, the colors are great. So everywhere outside of the zone was like this weird sepia color, like it was brown, like old film, like there was no color at all. Completely like drowned out in like brown monochrome. But in the zone, it was bright green and it was vivid and beautiful. So it kind of showed a contrast and really talked about how the depressing gray bleak world was the real world, but that stalker zone, the zone was the stalker's form of escapism. He escaped from the gray, bleak world into a brighter, more colorful one where he found so much more happiness and he found his desires. I mean, come on, like I'm describing it and you could see how it's related to the topic today. I mean, come on. But it's great. It is beautifully executed, and I'm so glad that I watched it. And the director actually, yeah, so it talked about hope as well, like the room signified hope as well, and also like desperation and other themes. There's a lot of themes, but I would say though the director definitely meant it, like all these ideas. And he said, quote, he wanted to people to contemplate or see the power of art, evoke emotion from it, and contemplate their own life. He wanted people to contemplate their own life and see like how much like how this story was related to themselves. So overall, just amazing movie. Must watch. Man, I'm trying to get rid of this oddly shaped opal, but I can't. It's something. Anyway, so definitely watch it. It will. I don't know if it'll change your worldview because I kind of already had a worldview for similar to it, but it's just such a good watch. You know, regardless, it's just so good. Anyway, so how that's related. It's yeah, it's related to the topic today, and it's important to live by the principle, I believe, and the director, it kind of relates to the director a little bit, but it's important to relate to the principle. Why not? We need to have more discovery in our lives. We need to find that escapism and really set our priorities straight. So I live by the principle, why not? And I've delved into essentially like every single form of music, or sorry, not music. I've delved in every single form of art, I feel like I've done like not every single one, obviously, but I've delved into most forms of art, just to create something and to kind of like immerse myself in either my own world or my drawings or my ideas. And it's great. It is a great therapeutic tool, and I love doing that. It's so much fun, number one. But number two, it's like I'm proud of like what I've created, and ultimately it just makes me feel a lot better. So I've like examples. I have done obviously animation. You know, it's fairly obvious. If you didn't know, look at my channel banner. Yeah, I'm an animator of Neon Rider, which I don't even know if I'm gonna get the episode out this week. It's a lot. I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself. But I've done writing for that series. I mean, like, come on. Like, I've written so many, uh, I've done so many, like, episodes. Like, I've written the script, and I've written so much about the characters and the overall story and the themes and the meaning. There's gonna be a lot in Neon Rider. Like, there's a lot of symbolism and such. And I'm excited to share it eventually. I've also done drawing. I do it on and off, but I mostly sketch, but I love drawing. Drawing is very fun. I also do. Sorry. I also made music. That's a new thing I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make an album, and I've made 2 tracks so far, and they're actually pretty good. I'm really happy with them. They're mainly lo-fi. It's pretty. They were pretty easy for me to do, but they were just really loads of fun, and I kind of enveloped like my idea of appreciating the ordinary and like my daily life. I think the title of the album is Going Home, so it's about me basically taking the bus home, and it's really cool. It's really cool. And then I've also now done filmmaking. Yeah. And oh man, filmmaking is so cool too. I love movies, like I said. I just watched Stalker. I'm a cinephile now, I guess. But yeah, it is so good. It is so cool to see all these different movies. I love watching movies, and I basically did a short film in Joshua Tree about a lone gunslinger, the last gunslinger in the West, Casey Wilder, and it's I don't know if I've released it yet. It's almost done, but it's pretty cool. I really like it. It's just a tribute to those old westerns I just watched, and I like the lone uh kind of like stranger type archetype like Clint Eastwood and such. That's who Neon is. But yeah, and so I've done all of that stuff, but and now this is more embarrassing to admit, but there's like I've been trying to find what makes me happy the most and what I really like, you know, what are my interests and such. Um, I guess I'm a furry now. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of I was kind of expected. I would browse like um r slash loser city and furry area and such. At first, I remember a while back, I was very anti, I guess, furry. I thought it was super weird and whatever. Um, and then over time, I was like, I kind of fuck with it. Uh, I really like Disney movies and such. Or actually, I wouldn't say I even really like Disney movies. I just like animal characters in general. I don't even really know exactly where I could trace my interests from because I mean I like biology and such. I like animals, period. I love going to the zoo. I mean that's probably what it is. Um, but I browsed the subreddits and such, and over time I was like, I kind of like this, and then I said for a little bit, oh, I'm furry adjacent. I think they're cool, but I don't think I am one. Well, no, I am one. Like straight up, nah, I'm admitting it. Straight up, I think it's pretty cool. I don't really have a Sona. Sona, I mean, besides the fox, I guess, from Neon Rider, but I think it's really neat. It's nice. It's definitely a form of escapism, because you know, what, what is a better way to escape from all the problems I have in my life than to be an anthropomorphic fox? I just think it's neat, and I don't really like human characters. I guess I think that's kind of boring, or like I don't like or I wouldn't draw myself as a human. I like drawing animals is better. I think it's just more interesting. I think it's more fun. I don't know. I don't really have a good explanation for why, but that's just what I'm into. Okay, man. And don't diss it either. I think it's definitely part of it is because of my high stress levels and coping. But ooh, a red, nice. But I know, yeah, I know it's weird, but who cares, man? Honestly, you get Hugh, whoever's listening, and my friends. If they're into weird shit as well, I would support them because I don't care what you're into as long as you're happy. Straight up, nothing else matters. And it's not cool to diss other people's interests. Just by the way, you know, I want to discover more and learn about other people and learn about their passions without judgment. I think it's very important for people to do that. You know, I honestly don't really care what you're into as long as you know you're not hurting anybody and all that jazz. Um, I really actually want to learn about your interests because it'll help me understand you better. And I like seeing people, you know, enjoy themselves. Like come on, dude. I'm not an asshole. I want you to live life to the fullest extent and be happy. And yeah, it just makes me happy to see people excited about their own work or happy about a certain thing. And then it's like that Tyler the Creator quote. So there's this interview where he was talking about how people ask him, well, what do you think is the greatest album of all time? And then people would disagree and maybe say like, oh no, you know, Tupacalypse is the best album, or nah, it's Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die or whatever. Like there's all that discourse and debate over what's the greatest album of all time, but what Tyler emphasized, and I 100% agree, is that all that shit is subjective. Like, there is no, like, especially, we're all human, right? There is no metric to say if something is better because all of our ideas are purely opinion. There's no rubric or anything like that. It's art. And humans don't live by rubrics, okay? Like, literally, it's completely objective or subjective. And so, and I do this too, he asks people instead, what is your favorite album? Your favorite. Not what is the best, what is your favorite? Because ultimately, like him and me, we want to see how that music, that piece of music speaks to them, how it relates to their life, or how it brings up certain memories, or why you think the music composed is beautiful, what it means to you, etc., etc., etc. Or why do you even think it's cool? Like, what type of person are you? You know? That's what I want to discover about other people, and that's what I think people should emphasize more. The important thing is that you're happy. That's all that really matters. I'm gonna wrap this up because it's getting really long. But the important thing is, right now, is that you're happy. I'm trying to reconsider my priorities right now. And I'm trying to think about what should I do with my time. This is a great use of my time. I feel like I love doing these little chats, even if nobody listens to them. And if you are listening to them, probably my friends, if they are listening. I think I saw Keen commented the other day. I don't know if Colin's listening. I don't know if Jane's listening. Whoever's listening and actually watched them, I guess thanks. Even though, to be honest, it's not really for you, but it was. I mean, it's nice that you're listening to me, but it is mostly for me. You know, I need to reconsider my priorities. The important thing right now is that I need to escape more often and not let myself be consumed by my work, by my responsibilities. You saw how upset I was and how much it was eating away at me, and it's not worth it. Like, I really need to realize it's not worth that at all. Who gives a shit if I get a B? Really? I already got accepted to UC Davis. Who gives a shit? I'm not gonna get rescinded for that. Like, come on. And even hanging out with people right now, like, I also have to consider, like, other scenarios, not just school. Even hanging out with people right now, I kind of have to escape other people too, sometimes. You know, I really have to realize when I'm hanging out with them, when it's more as like a contractual obligation versus, oh, I'm actually having fun. Because, you know, as of late, when people ask me to hang out and whatever, it's felt more like, well, this person's been feeling down. I guess I'll hang out with them to make them feel better. Like, that's how it feels. It's terrible. You know, it doesn't feel, it's not genuine at all for me, and I don't find that much enjoyment for it. It's just more like I want to be off doing my own thing right now, but instead I have to tend to you. Like, I gotta curb that, dude. And I don't want to be a people pleaser. Okay, I want to actually have fun. I want to be better with that. Like, I gotta tell people and not, you know, be afraid to say, hey, I really don't feel like hanging out right now. Or, like, I want to do something else that's not really that fun for me. And if they give me shit for it, well, then fuck you, whoever's listening. Okay? Let me be. It's not my job to babysit you. Stop being so dependent. God damn. So, yeah. Uh, that's about it. Oh yeah, also another thing. This is I'm still fed up with this, but you cannot rely on anyone. Fuck all. You cannot rely on anybody for anything at all. That's why, you know, that's why I'm also trying to like train myself to be more solo and like also have other people be more solo because if I if I can't rely on you for my shit, why the fuck would I please you at all? Okay? Like seriously, really consider that. Okay? Like, please do your shit. Okay? Do your job. Okay? Please, I beg. Just do what you need to do and be more involved when we need help. Like, goddamn. It's not a one-sided friendship, okay? I'm not like your servant, okay? Like, you need to be there for me too. I know I said last video, don't ask me if I'm okay, and I still kind of stand by that a little bit right now. But I mean in the sense of like just work-related shit, man. Or just being it's fucking being communicative. That's the thing, honestly. And you know who you are. Be more communicative. Like, come on. Seriously. Alright. That's about it. Uh, fuck, that was a really long one. But, yeah. I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.